For communities living in areas prone to floods, landslides and drought, climate change is increasingly influencing where and how people live. But government and development partners say movement should not only be seen as a consequence of climate vulnerability. The International Organization for Migration says when properly planned, migration can also become a way for communities to adapt, diversify livelihoods and reduce exposure to climate risks.
Today's launch marks Uganda shift marks from planning and consultation to implementation and impact. The National Plan of Action offers a practical roadmap for integrating climate mobility into national and local development planning and strengthening resilience across the country.
The National Plan of Action for implementing the Kampala Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change has identified several champion initiatives aimed at helping vulnerable communities adapt while creating dignified opportunities, including mobility, as a possible adaptation strategy.
Built on the Declaration 12 commitment, the plan prioritizes climate resilience, early warning and data systems, sustainable landmark, climate-smart livelihoods, climate finance, urban planning, human rights, gender-responsive action, local knowledge, innovation, partnership, and regional cooperation.
We have some numbers here, some of it derived as well from the World Bank report. 21 million displacements due to climate disasters per year. This was in 2024. We are looking at upward of 200 million people expected to move due to slow onset effects of climate change by 2050. 90% of those will be in Africa, Asia and the Pacific.
Acting Commissioner for Climate Change in the Ministry of Water and Environment, Bob Natifu, says one of the major gaps has been reliable data to show where climate-related displacement risks are greatest, a gap now being addressed through the Risk Index for Climate Displacement.
That's why the risk index that you've just heard about today is central. It's central because it identifies the different hotspots, it identifies who is moving, where they are moving, and how we're supposed to cater for them. So we very much look forward to the implementation and or operationalization of this climate risk index, which is going to help us address the policy gap, but also the financing need that we have to address climate action, both on the adaptation and mitigation side.
Launching the National Plan of Action, Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Sam Engola, says Uganda must shift from the fragmented responses to anticipatory action.
The best disaster preparedness is one that reduces risk before disaster strike. We must therefore invest in prevention, preparedness, early warning, anticipatory action, resilience, livelihood, and not risk-informed development.
Government is also calling on ministries, departments and agencies to integrate their responsibilities under the plan into their development and sectoral planning.
The success of NPOA will depend on the clear responsibilities, adequate financing, strong partnership, and effective coordination at national, district, and community levels.
From a Danish government perspective, this really demonstrates the strong leadership that we see from Uganda's side, the leadership that you bring not only to addressing migration, but very strongly also to addressing climate change.
Stakeholders say the best response to climate-induced displacement is preparedness and investment in resilience. I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Tonight.
I guess the emphasis is on the Minister of Water since they take charge of this.